whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Change is good for everybody. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Montana. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. When that hate don't work, they start telling lies.
Mic check, mic check. Warren Sapp, Route99, episode 7. That's right. Fat Boy on the mic, doing what you like, giving you what you like. And the only way I know how to give it to you, that's rough, raw, and rugged. Bold, brash, and in your face. I took a couple weeks off, that's right. Had to go see the kids off in the summer, make sure they situated, and make sure my little girl get back off to college. You know I'm a SEC dad, that's right. A SEC dad, and it's my little girl that's playing in the SEC. She plays goalkeeper, that's right. Junior season coming up, we finna get it. That's what she told me. So I'm giving y'all the words she gave me. Let's get it. So episode 7, let's get it. All right. Been hanging out, hung out with the kids. It was 4th of July. I hope everybody had a wonderful 4th of July because there's nothing like celebrating the independence of the greatest country upon the earth. That's right, America. I won't care nothing you're talking about. NATO, NATO, whatever else. Yeah, America. It's us. We do it right. We do it correct. Except when it's the World Cup, and that's right. It's the World Cup finals. France and Croatia. That's right. You know what? I woke up and I tweeted, let's go Croatia, because a good friend of mine, Pete Radovich, the old producer over at Inside the NFL on Showtime, when we was doing the damn thing, real lovely, Emmy nominations and Emmy collection, doing the good stuff. My man, showed me about the Croatia. And then for all you Game of Thrones fans out there, that's where they shoot Game of Thrones is. And that's why we had to wait 2 seasons, because it got a little warm in Croatia and wasn't enough snow. And the White Walkers is coming. So winter's coming. So that's why I like Croatia. And I woke up and I went, let's go Croatia. Oh, F you, fuck you. I'm like, whoa. Before 9 o'clock in the morning. What's going on? I ain't did nothing. I just want to root. F you. Wait, check it out, dog. We're going to do it like this here. No F you, buddy, because I don't give a damn about no England. It never crossed my mind with England. Are you kidding me? That's just not something that came up. And France did a wonderful job on Belgium. The little guy scored. Now, I'm not finna sit here and pretend like I know any of their names, so I'm going to do the worst sports casting you ever want to hear on a podcast. That's where it's going down. Number 5, the little fella came in there and put his head on it. Boom. I was thinking, why the goalkeeper didn't go get that one? I got to ask my daughter about that one, because she might be the goodiest goalkeeper reviewer ever in the history of life. Oh, Dad, you don't understand. I'm like, quite have a real good understanding of how to get something thrown at you and you don't know which way it's going and they want to get it done. That's right. I have a little knowledge, but no knowledge in between the pipes. But in between 2 fat guys trying to go get a running back or a quarterback, yeah, I know how that feels. And I know how to be under pressure when it's going down. So I try to explain that to her, but she doesn't want to. No, that's not it, Dad. Hey, man, you know my old ism. Horses don't make sheep. But the sapism this week is she I it. You'll understand later why I put it out that way. Because a good friend of mine used to cut hair over in Tampa, and back there when you cross the tracks, and if you cross the tracks, what you're about to run into, and if you don't, hit me on the Route99 Instagram, and we'll talk about it. Because you wasn't raised right. Who raised you? D to the motherfucking K. All right. LeBron James to L.A. Now, you know what? I'm a pretty good sports fan, and I was thinking about leaving the Dallas Cowboys this year because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And then I was listening this morning to about Ezekiel Elliott going to win the rushing title. When the last rushing title guy to go to the Super Bowl? I'll check that out, and I'll get back with y'all episode 8, because I don't think the National Football League is about running the ball anymore. Now, do you have a better chance of winning a football game if you run and control it? Yes, but you still got to score points. Get in the red zone, you got to execute at the right times. It's about scoring 30 points. LeBron James to L.A., the Lakers. Magic Johnson sits outside the man's house for 1 hour. I sit outside his house for 2 hours. I mean, LeBron James, come on, man. They got nothing in L.A. They got nothing to sell, nothing to talk about except that kid with that ugly jumper. Yeah, I said it, LeVar Ball. What you gonna do about it? Nah. So the big baller brand wasn't selling in L.A. So they gonna go with the LeBron brand, the King James. That's what I'm talking about. The King round here, 8 straight NBA finals. Yeah, you can sell that all day in Tinseltown where they darken the lights and make it just sexy to play basketball. Oh, you got the Laker girls, everything Jack on the floor, Snoop in the crowd. I mean, come on, man. If you've never been to a Laker game, man, when that thing is jumping. See, I did it back when Shaquille O'Neal went to 3 straight NBA championships and brought them home with Kobe as the little brother. See, Kobe didn't mind being the little brother then, but then after stardom hits and he wanted to do his own thing. And you got to understand that because that's the Black Mamba. He's a beast. Oh, one of the only 2 players I ever known that'll give it to you on both ends all night long and don't give a damn who you are. I'm guarding you because you are the threat to my team. That's him and Michael Jordan. Those are the 2. That's the challenge I have for you, LeBron, when you go out. Oh, you're getting a little old in the 2, boy. You can't do it no more. You should have did it when you was younger. Jump down on people and put that big body on them and move them feet and then go reject it. I know you go reject it on the fast break, but I want to see you lock them up in that half-court set where, like the glove used to, and some of them other ones used to lock you up. Dennis Rodman used to lock you up, and Joe Dumas used to lock you up. I mean, what? The old days, boy, when it was mano a mano and the whole flow clear because, hey, we finna watch this thing. But that's what it is. LeBron James to the L.A. Lakers, and they got something to sell out west. But I like what Steph Curry said. Steph Curry said, we the champs. They still got to beat us. He's not lying because as long as Kevin Durant, number 35 in your program, number 1 in your heart, is ready to go to work and run off them screens, catch that ball, and deliver daggers like that, or just come down the court with it in his hand and deliver it, I don't know how you got a man that's 7 foot tall that handles the ball like that and shoots like that. We got a preview in Dirk Nowitzki, but Dirk is nothing like Kevin Durant. Oh, my goodness. It take the heart of a killer to go to a 73-win team and then tell them, say, nah, y'all ain't have the answers. I got it. And come home with 2 champions, back-to-back MVPs. You got to love it. Ooh, but I still don't consider the Lakers a contender. LeBron will win 50 games, no doubt about it. LeBron get that done. He'll win 50 games, go deep in the playoffs, but the boogeyman sits there waiting on you, and it's Kevin Durant, Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry, Draymond, and they got a new boogie. That's right, the big man. We're going to see how that mess, because I really don't like that move, because some people really don't know their role no matter how much you tell them and how much you pay them or whatever that is. So, a little more soccer news. Cristiano Ronaldo ran over from Real Madrid to Juventus. And if the price is right, one of the greatest foots and headers, bicycle kicking, flopping, rolling around on the soccer field, football field, that you ever see. Cristiano Ronaldo, beautiful in how he does it, and boy, does he do it lovely. You got to love soccer. Whenever you're talking about the majesty of the game, Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Pele, Bebeto, Ronaldo, all them boys down there, I mean, they South American, they do it right. Some kind of way we got to find a way to make our guys or young men in America interested in the game of soccer. It's such a beautiful game. And if you've ever understand the rules, because that's what I had to do first, get the offsides and everything, because they kept yelling offsides. I'm like, ain't nobody jump offsides. I didn't see the ball snap. You know, if you say offsides to me in a football game, I got one thing on my mind. What idiot jump? Who don't know the snap count? Ain't no snap count in a soccer game, fat boy. It's how deep the defenders are when you kick the ball and are you align with them. Got it. Okay, I can watch that. That's beautiful. Terrell Owens again. I'm sorry. I just, for the life of me, I don't understand it. I don't get the purpose of it. You want to have a Hall of Fame party. You want to have a Hall of Fame induction because you're doing it the same night in another place. The only other crazy person I ever known do this with Donald Trump when they didn't want to show up at the debate. I'm going to go to this, warehouse or hangar in whatever place he went the night. I'm like, who does this? The party is in Canton, buddy. I got 2 words. No, more than 2 words, but 2 scenarios. Shame or no regret. The rest of his life, that's the 2 questions he'll be asking himself. Is it a damn shame that I didn't show up? Or can I walk the rest of my life with no regrets and say, I did it my way? As a well-spoken Frank Sinatra fan myself, and a person who definitely did it his way, I kind of no, I don't see it. I don't. No. Nope. Never heard of anybody in the National Baseball League, and they do a bunch of crazy shit with their Hall of Fame. Hockey, I really don't know much about your Hall of Fame, but, Gordie Howe and some of those guys and Gretzky, they're badasses, and Messi, and, Darren McCarty, if he's not in, put him in because he's a badass. Brandon Shanahan, all the guys like that played in the Red Wing. I'm a Red Wings fan. Never heard of anybody not going to the Hall of Fame. No. Just like my dog, say, that's beyond me. This going to be a breeze. I mean, once you get in the Hall of Fame, this going to be a breeze. I'm going to cry a little bit. I'm gonna have this big party, have somebody cook some good food, have some good music up in here jamming. This gonna be a breeze. Nah. Ow.
When that hate don't work, they start telling lies.
Route99, that's right. Fatboy on the mic, giving you what you like. And, sometimes I go off the rail. It's fishing food, things in the news, giving you what you like. But I go off the rail. It's Route99. It's the way Fatboy likes. And sometimes Fatboy go off the exit, but now I got to go back to one of my favorite exits, a familiar place. Home, as I like to call it. Tampa, Florida. Jameis Winston got him a 3-game suspension. And now Randy Moss says he's going to be his mentor. No problem with that. Ex-Florida State guy. Made a couple missteps in life, missteps, however you want to categorize it. We all have those because we all are human. The only perfect man that ever walked the earth was Jesus Christ, and they put him on a cross and crucified him. So think about that for a second. I want the best for Jameis Winston because for 2 simple reasons. He's the best damn quarterback I've ever seen in Tampa, and he's my quarterback. And that's tough for me to say as a Cane, and that's a Seminole, but that's my quarterback. I like the young man. I like everything about him. But when you put yourself in a position to where you can't remember what you did that night, then I understand why the league did what they did. And I think he understands it and is taking that awful, awful, awful drug out of his life, alcohol, because it's a powerful drug. Kids out there, it's a powerful drug, that alcohol. Don't think about it as just because I can jump in the Uber and get back. But that's what we're talking about, jumping in the Uber. So, hey, 3 games, big 3 games, too. Oh, my goodness, big 3 games. I think the Eagles come, and Monday night with Dungy. He's going to miss that one. That's not good. How about 2 games, NFL? Come on, man. Monday night, Pittsburgh Steelers, Dungy night. Come on, man. Somebody pull the plug. Come on, man. Let's do something because I'm a fan of the game and I want to see it good, and the kid understands what it is, and he's making steps in his life to change it, and we're going to do the right thing. No doubt about it. We're going to do the right thing. Definitely going to do the right thing. But, all right, we're going to go to the sapism. Shit. My old bartender used to hit it back in Tampa when you cross the railroad tracks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, hit us at Route99 in the question department, in the comment department, and we'll have a conversation because I want to know who raised you. That's right. I was over in South America visiting, having a good time, doing what I like sometimes because, sometimes you got to let your hair down. I mean, you get enough work done out there, get you some fun done because all work and no play makes a dull 9 all day. And I don't like to be dull. So I was relaxing and chilling, and I come back and, my pewter report hit me. Oh, and I'm looking, I'm like, what is this? There's a list out of the greatest defensive tackles, and you're not. I'm like, whoa. I thought it was my favorite thing, the NFL Top 100, because they find some way every year when they were doing this thing. I don't think they did it. No, they didn't. They didn't do it the whole time I was in the National Football League. I'm 13 years. As soon as I get out of the NFL and get on the NFL Network, they want to fire up the top 100 list. So I got to go through the top 100 of the best players in the league. The top 100 list, according to the players. Like, out of all the people in the world you want to ask who's anything in the National Football League, my 13 years in the National Football League will tell you the players are the last one to ask. Dead last. Boy, DFL. And if you don't know what DFL is, look it up. Shit. Gil Brandt, the former vice president of player personnel in the National Football League for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I'm not thinking about dropping the Dallas Cowboys because Gil Brandt, happened to, hit his head on all the fruits and vegetables and Cocoa Puffs that ever was passed out by, Kellogg and any of them good folks over there from 1960 until 1988. He went to Wisconsin, a Badger. Now, y'all know how I feel. No, y'all don't. See, here's one of those times where I go through my mind and I think I've been talking to y'all for many, many years when I think I've just been talking to friends and family. Big Ten football is like watching paint dry. Run, play action pass. They grow the grass high because in the middle of the winter, they're going to need to look like there's grass on the field. So Gil Brandt went to Wisconsin, 2 Super Bowls with the Cowboys, lost his job in 1989 when Jerry Jones became the owner of the Cowboys. Now, Gil Brandt put out this list, and I was coming back from Columbia, and they told me, there's a list out, fat boy. You got to see this. I'm like, well, what's going on? It seems to be rough. Oh, my God. So I looked at the list, and it was the 32 greatest defensive tackles in the history of the National Football League. But I stopped at 16. That's just what happened. And the reason I stopped at 16 because that's where my name appeared. You know how I do my draft stuff. I run it down to number 12, and then I just stop. I don't care about 13, 14, 15, none of that, unless it's just one of those special picks like my man this year, Lamar Jackson. I mean, he was special, and I gave you a little preview of the 32nd pick, last one in the first round, because that young man, if he gets a crack, he's gone. So I'm watching. I look through the list, and Gil Brandt, I'm like, what is going on with the list? But some of the lists I don't have a problem with, and I just have to be honest with you because that's how I do it. I give it to you how I like and how you like it, I think. Bob Lilly, Mr. Cowboy. I have no problem with Bob Lilly, Mr. Cowboy. Number 6'4" in your program, number 1 in your heart. Joe Green. Mean Joe Green. But he'll tell you I'm not mean. I ain't mean at all, man. Don't do that. Until you look at his film and he's beating somebody to death. He beat you to death if he was in the play or out of the play. Merlin Olsen. Little House on the Prairie. You know all that good stuff. Father Murphy. That man, that played a great game of football and was a wonderful act on TV. I mean, you just don't straddle those things. Randy White, number 4. Now, I'm going to educate you young folks out there. Those top 4 right there are what we consider first ballot Hall of Famers. That's the cream of the crop. That's when they call your name. That's what Terrell Owens is. Maybe has a gripe about that he was not a first ballot Hall of Famer like those 4 gentlemen who I just named. And there's also another first ballot Hall of Famer. Let's continue with the list. Ernie Wensheimer. See, Ernie played in a time where there wasn't a face mask. And when you don't have a face mask, I don't have a problem with you on any list because that's a whole nother game. We call that kill the man with the ball in my neighborhood. Number 6, Cortez Kennedy. Wait. All right. God bless his soul. Love Cortez Kennedy to death. That was my dog. I'm going to tell you like this. I got my Cavassier right here. My dog didn't play no games, showed me the ropes at the Pro Bowl, showed me how to bring my family, enjoy myself over there, have a good time without getting too rowdy, but, stay on the hotel, show you all the little nooks and crannies, all the little secrets, introduce me to Alan, the bartender in the back of the Iolani. I just, I owe the world to Cortez. But when you're talking about a list of defensive tackles, Tez. No, big boy. I love you to death, but no, that's a high grade, Gil. I'd like to talk to you about that, Gil, one of these times. Yeah. You know my number. Give me a buzz, Gil. Don't act like that. Buck Buchanan. Ooh, number 7. Now, if you know anything about number 86 in your program, number 1 in your heart, this man was a giant when it was not a position that had any glory to it, because they didn't count sacks until 1982, until Deacon Jones wanted to fight somebody about it, because there had to be some way for you to recognize the work of the men in the trenches that went out and did the job that these men did when Ernie played, because Ernie got no sacks on the list. When you go to looking through the list, you always go with numbers, because that's what we do nowadays. I'm in not the internet generation, but I do like numbers and I do like facts. Number 8, Johnny Randall. Oh, see, my man Johnny Randall and me go on a lot of golfing outings together, and we the dynamic duo when you're talking about two monsters that just love to have a good time and loud and talking and having a good time. They loud, they noisy, they rushing the passer. Somebody once said that. Johnny Randall, 8th on the list. Curly Culp, my classmate in the 2013 Hall of Fame. A man that waited 27 years to get inducted into the National Football League Hall of Fame. Got no bitch with that. She it. Curly Culp, that's my man. Roger Brown, I had no idea what this name was. I'm like, what is a Roger Brown? What? Who? Like Sam Brown or, James Brown or something. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty common of a name, but I didn't know who it was until I looked it up, and that's one of the members of the Fearsome Foursome. And he was talking about back when he was in Minnesota that they were talking about they were the Fearsome Foursome with him, Alan Page, Jim Marshall, and another, Carl Eller. There it is. I played this game pretty good, y'all, without any notes in front of me, just hailing this thing. There you go, fat ball on the mic. But they were talking about Ron Brown, and he made it to L.A., and he said that's what hurt his chances of getting in the Hall, because he went and played with Deacon and Merlin and Rosie Greer. And there he is. There I see it. Brown. There it is. Rosie Greer over there. Brown. Okay, that's why I could never name the guy. But he said when he finally got to L.A., then the Fearsome Foursome name stuck. So that's the beautiful thing that you have to deal with and you have to love, is when you do your history and you look at a list, you find out a little something that you didn't know. I have no problem with Ron Brown on the list, one of the Fearsome Foursome guys. Now, we might have some issues. Geno Atkins. Now, I have no problem with Geno Atkins, the old Georgia Bulldog, the old St. Thomas Aquinas. What are they? St. Thomas Aquinas, what are they? Pirates or something like that? I don't know. They got so many hats and logos, but it's St. Thomas the Machine, the state champion St. Thomas Aquinas, right there in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. My homeboy Roger Harriet is now the head coach, and they do a wonderful job up there. But Geno Atkins, nah. Geno Atkins couldn't put on my jock, let alone carry it on a Sunday afternoon. Aaron Donald, the reigning defensive player of the year. The young player is too young, too good, and active right now for me to even discuss him, and I don't think, don't even worry about it. We'll talk about him in a couple of years when he gets finished playing, because the young man is wreaking havoc right now. Alan Page, if you watch the 1970, they were the perfect Dolphins. They ended their season playing the Minnesota Vikings in the Super Bowl. And if you watch this thing, this is one of the beat downs of all beat downs in the trenches. Alan Page, you ought to be ashamed that you was even in that game. You and Leonard Marshall. I don't think y'all touched the running back all day long. Oh, you might have JOP. That means jump on, pile. Wasn't tackling nothing. Definitely not. Joe Klecko, number 14 on the list. The New York Sack Exchange. Now I remember this little sawed-off shotgun pump with a 10 gauge. He wasn't even a 12 gauge. Make a little noise, but he was working in there, New York Sack Exchange. But if I'm looking for the New York Sack Exchange, I'm looking for Gastineau. That's the one that was the monster. Number 99 in your program, number 1 in your heart, the Skywriter, the original sack dance man. I mean, Joe Klecko, come on, stop it. 24 sacks, I think it was. So if Joe Klecko had 24 sacks and we tripled him, no. We're going to give him 50 more. Just give him 50 more. He ain't got 75. Stop it. Gil Brandt, I know you're 85, and I was watching the TV the other day, and they say, 85 and he wanna go home. Dan Hampton is number 15. Number 99 in your program, number 2 in your heart. Because number 16 is number 99 in your program, number 1 in your heart. Warren Sapp, baby. And I was looking at the list. I'm like, wait a minute, man. Dan Hampton? So I called a good friend of mine that was on a certain show with me, back to the Croatia thing with Pete Radovich, a certain quarterback. So I called my quarterback up. I said, hey, man, have you seen this list Gil Brandt put out? Oh, come on, Warren. Gil's 85. I said, and he wanna go home. I guess Phil had seen the commercial too, so he bust out laughing. So he's like, what? I'm like, hey, man, I got to talk about it. He's like, oh, come on, Gil's 85. I'm like, what? Gil's 85, but Gil needs to understand that a man's body of work is his body of work, and it's something to be respected. I mean, I see why Terrell Owens might have an issue now when I see stuff like this, because this is incredible. I mean, how can you put that many years into being a personnel guy for one of the greatest franchises on earth, a owner who would spend any amount of money for any player? You got fired by him and was no longer that, was sitting there when Larry Allen went in the Hall of Fame. And Larry, you asked Larry, because I just happened to be standing there because he's my classmate, and I was going behind him because I knew Larry wasn't going to take long, so I can jump in there and get finished and then leave Parcells and, Curly Culp and all of them to tell whatever story they wanted to tell, because I was getting out of there. I was going to keep it short and sweet, and I wanted to get back to the party because it was my week, and I didn't want to waste too much time, so I was going to go fast like Larry. And Gil Brandt was doing his little show and radio show, and he asked Larry Allen, who's the toughest or the best you ever went up against? And Larry sat there for a second, and he went, and if you know Larry, he snorts. He the only one that ever got more than one sack on me. And Gil Brandt says, who? And you know me, I'm looking around like, who to? And he points and says, him. He doesn't even say my name. And I don't even think about this until right about now when I was just talking to my producer, Mike Minton. I'm telling this story to Mike, and I'm like, he didn't even say my name. I mean, he was like him. Him and he. I guess that's, it still sticks Larry in the craw a little bit. I never thought about that, but, the greatest lineman arguably ever. Larry Allen said, I'm the only one that ever got more than one sack on him. So other than that, Gil, I'm stunned. I really am. But I'm not going to attack an 85-year-old man. I really ain't, because I know what it's like to lose your memory from time to time, looking for something as frivolous as a friend's address or my keys or my shoes or my wallet or my phone. Definitely be looking for the phone 1,001 times and can't find it, and looking for a pen sometime to write some notes down and something. And now I got a cup with a bunch of pens in it. You know what? I'm going to solve the problem. I'm going to put more pens around, and I know then I can lose. How about that? So I look at the list, and then NFL.com, retweets this list. I'm like, is this something y'all back to? Because if it is, I'd love to have a discussion with anybody that want to talk about it, because you don't want to go there. Definitely not when you're talking about the one I buried in Tampa, and they raised and put a bust in Canton, Ohio. Nah, we ain't going to do that. We're going to find another way to get her done. So, like I told y'all earlier in the episode 7, the sapism today is shit. If I'm number 16 on the list, we need a recount, y'all. And I live in Florida, where we've been known to think about a recount. 99 for your mind. Route99, Warren Sapp, giving you what you like on the mic. Episode 7. Stay with me. Route99, Warren Sapp right here, giving you what you like on the mic, the way I do it. And I am so pleased to be joined by, because a lot of people look at my Instagram, like, Sapp, you be traveling here, you traveling there, what you do? Where you get your inspiration from? And this brother right here is the true inspiration in my life. I got to meet him through another good brother of mine down in Anguilla. It was the Thriller in Anguilla. He does entertainment. He's an industry executive, television, radio host, entrepreneur, senior vice president of brand development at Combs Enterprises. Did I miss anything, Mr. Kenny Burns?
Oh, big brother almighty.
Hello.
Sap, what it do? Sap's gone fishing, but Sap's on this podcast right now.
No, I'm not fishing right now, baby. I'm not fishing right now. I'm just talking to the man that, you know what, I get my motivation. This morning, I rolled over and, you know, so many people will hit you with, you know, this thing, that thing. Somebody said this. And you hit me this morning, brother, and it went to my soul.
I love it, man.
I mean, went to my soul this morning because I had to leave a comment this morning. I said, their arms don't reach that high. I mean, my brother, when you hit that and said, fuck that and fuck them, I said, there it is right there.
Yeah, man. You know, these trolls out here, Sap, man, they just, you know, and you know, I have some young children, sons. I mean, they're not too young. I have a 17 and 14-year-old, man, and you know, just looking at the dynamic with the kids, and I'm obviously in the entertainment business, and that was just on my heart this morning because I see so much and I get so much information. I just wanted to put that out there to the world, man, and I just really felt that in my soul, man. You know, these people out here, first of all, everybody's not strong-willed. You know, everybody doesn't have that, you know what I'm saying, extraterrestrial
and the sensitivity is at an all-time high.
All-time high. And I wanted people to know, but you can't depend on somebody else's wants for you. You know what I'm talking about? Or even words. Let they words direct you into a way that you going, you know what I'm saying, get off of your path, man. It was on my heart this morning, man. So I'm glad you received
that. Brother, when I seen that thing this morning, I said, I got to get my brother on the line because we got to share this because what you doing and your plan and your goals, I try to tell young people that I run into all the time, if you tell somebody your dreams and they don't bust out laughing at you, you ain't dreaming big enough.
You're not.
You ain't dreaming big enough. And I was in the barbershop this morning, I'm shut up with you. And a brother walked in the door and said, I can dream the greatest dream on earth. And I looked at him and I said, what? You can't dream as big as I can dream. And I'm like, you know what? I got a pretty big, you know, imagination.
That's right.
If you really want to try
Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion.
Hey, listen, I've been around in Ayah. You know, I ain't been around the world in Ayah, but I've been around in Ayah. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I got a couple more steps to get there. And brothers like you helped me reach to that another level because I used to hear something from my man say, even rich folks dream. So
that's right.
That is. So the brother said, I dream better, deeper than you. He said, well, give me your dream. I said, no, you walked in the door and tell me you got the greatest dream. I can't dream as big as you, so you tell me. He said, no, tell me what you dream. I said, well, I'm going to make it very simple. If I had one wish, I would go back and be 19 again.
Okay.
Because I could do some very special things at the University of Miami right now. I'm going to stop the disrespect, you know what I'm saying, kid? I'm going to put a halt to this on an instant level ratchet now. And the last time I checked, they giving out a big check out there to hunt a quarterback for 40 snaps, and they're going to let you do it all day long. They're going to let you do it all game long. So that's what I told the young man. I said, bro, I go back to 19. I won't be able to drink, so I have a decision to make in the next 2 years. You see what I'm saying? A whole lot of things could go into that right there. I said, so what are you going to dream? I said, what you wish for? He hit me with a cold one. 1,000 more wishes.
I know that's right. Look, you stuck. You was stuck.
You was like, damn it,
okay, I want 1,000 wishes too.
All right. You know what I hit it back with? Is that the biggest number you can come up with?
Oh, yeah. You had to let them have it.
I mean, 1,001 is better than 1,000. So if you were going to say that to me, then I would come up with 1 million, 1 billion, or how about just infinite wishes? If that's what
listen, but that's how the mentality needs to be. I think, you know, for all of us, man, you know, in hindsight, right, it's 2020, but at the same time, I like who I am now. Now, if I could have this information, this knowledge, this experience,
that's all I'm saying. I have no regrets of what I put on paper. I buried it. I love what I did.
Look, man, you done been through decades.
What?
Like Do you imagine the gift in seeing what you've seen,
And go
the
again.
knowledge
Go
base you
again.
have, what you can share?
And go again. That's the thing. And if
Yeah,
you had an opportunity to go again, because I love what I've done now, and what I try to do all the time is pass that knowledge along to the young folks. And I tell
and
them,
that's
I
what
say,
you do.
listen, if people ain't following you, liking your stuff, or viewing it, that don't mean they hating. They might just
Yeah,
find it a little untasteful. I mean, because
and, yeah. No, but you
some
know what?
some of that
That's
stuff don't
real.
groove with me. Some of it just
That's
don't groove
real.
with me.
But a lot of people watch too, and what these youngers need to realize that you're not doing it for them anyway.
No.
Your motherfucking purpose is to do you. Let everybody else come on in if that's what they gonna do, but like you got to do what you doing for you. And see, I always, I live a selfless life. I've been married 19 years, 2 children. You know what I'm saying? Take care of moms. I have a real family structure. I told somebody the other day. They said, they did that ask question thing on IG stories, and they
Yeah.
asked me all time, and they was like, "Well, how do you balance family and the business?" I said, "Well, the business only get a piece." The family get everything.
Everything. That's my sanctuary.
Everything.
When I walk through that door, mama and them babies ain't none of that touch them. Ain't no.
Yes, sir,
That's
man.
what I used to tell them. I said, boy, when I go home, the mama and them babies, dog, and I close that door and I'm inside my castle,
That's
ain't
right.
none of that coming in there. Ain't none
Yeah.
of that coming in there. That's why
Yeah.
it's supposed to be that way. I'm
Yes,
supposed to let
sir.
all that go and come on in the house where I know it's good. And
Yeah, man.
they get it wrong. I tell them all the time, don't let your timeline become your lifeline, son.
Oh, I love that.
I mean, you
And
got to be
and
kidding me.
one of my favorites is never let your expectations exceed your effort. I think these youngins, man, they just,
Hey,
they
they
just,
got GoFundMe pages now.
yeah, man. But my whole point in it, man, and your nephews, like your youngest nephew on my side, he wanted to do a clothing line. He wanted to do this, that, and the third. And I'm supporting all dreams. You get good
Hmm.
grades, we could try everything.
Hey, let's
But
work
if
at it.
but if
As long as you got some effort, a plan
yeah,
that we can see where you're going, and
yeah.
then have some realistic expectations of what you're expecting from this.
Exactly. And the lesson though, and the lesson my youngest Kyle learned is that okay, my dad gonna put me in position, but I gotta finish because see
Thank you.
he wanna rap in this. So daddy, oh you wanna rap? Come on. We album covers looking like he on goddamn MCA records. The MCA don't even exist no more.
Nah, but
But
we know what
but
that
yeah,
is.
he looking on like he on Def Jam, whatever, right? And so when he slows down because he's not in the studio, I'm like, you don't want to rap. He's like, what you talking about? I got to be in the studio. I said, you don't have to be in the studio to rap. It's a SoundCloud generation, and you should be the king of it. You can make beats on your phone, get with your boys. You know everybody. Use your wheelhouse. Sure enough, he got on his thing, and next thing I know, he in the studio with L.A. Reid's son Addison and Aaron making the beats. And I'm like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Kyle, you can't like say you do something and not practice the craft. You can't say you want to be something and not doing everything you can in your power, in your wheelhouse. Because my wheelhouse is your wheelhouse. Your uncles, your aunties, your daddy's friend, that's your wheelhouse.
All that.
Use it.
All
Use
that.
it.
All that. How
You
could you
know?
be a great painter if you never paint?
Come on.
That's
Come on.
all I tell the young. Paint
Come
with
on.
bold strokes. I can show you a Picasso look like a 10-year-old did it, and it's worth $1 million. That's why I tell these kids all the time, man, the world
Yeah,
is your
man.
canvas. Paint. I
It
used to have
is.
to go read an Encyclopedia Britannica to find out one thing and find out 5
Wow.
other things because I have to read my way through it. Y'all got a
Yeah.
direct access, and you won't go past Wikipedia. Damn
Right.
it,
And you
how
won't you
late?
won't go past
And you won't
the
go past
pictures.
Wikipedia. Boy, go find a real source. Don't come at me with that trash.
I
Come
know,
on, man.
man.
Do a
I know,
little work.
but you know what, Sat, man. I want to tell you this, man. I want to tell you on your podcast, man. You don't start a lot of people fishing, man. I'm talking about. I
No, what I
never seen
did
so many
was
black
I
folk.
brought them
I
out.
never
I
seen
brought
so
them
many
out. I brought
black
them
folk
out. I brought them
fishing,
out. We posting pictures because
man.
I know it's so many of us out there that's doing it because that's what we love. That's the one
Man,
place we can go and just let everything go, and ain't no social, ain't nobody, ain't the wife, girlfriend, nothing. It's just you, that pole, and that bait, baby, and let's get it
that's
going.
right.
Oh
That's
yeah.
right.
Hey man, when you come down to South Florida, brother, I got to take you on the boat, put you on
I
some
can't
water.
wait.
Hey, you already know. You
I
already
can't
know,
wait.
Cat Daddy.
Yes,
Cause
sir.
you know
Yes,
what?
sir.
I appreciate you so much. You got any news you want to break to me? Anything you want to give me good before I let you get out of the driver's seat?
Yeah, man, I am so proud of my new venture, Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey. We launched over a year ago, and we're actually just coming up on our first fiscal year. But Uncle Nearest was the slave that taught Jack Daniels how to distill Old Number 7.
Oh, do not
And
tell me that, because you
yes,
know
sir.
I'm a gentleman Jack type of man. See, I
Yes,
need that
sir.
in my life. See, I
Yes,
needed
sir.
it in my
Yes,
life.
sir.
And it's
Yeah, so
called Jack
It's
Uncle
called Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey.
Uncle Nearest.
Yes, sir. And his name was Nathan Uncle Nearest Green. He was the slave that taught Jack Daniels how to distill. He taught him the charcoal mellowing process.
Of course, because
Yeah,
Eli Whitney didn't sit on the porch drinking lemonade and find the cotton gin to save the slaves' hands from getting
that's
tore
right.
up when they were picking.
That's
All of
right.
this, come on, man.
That's right.
And
So
Louis
I'm really
Latimer, we did the Alexander Graham Bell thing. So I mean,
exactly,
we can go
exactly.
through
But I'm really
history.
proud of that. I'm really proud
Yes.
of because you firsthand know what I've done in the spirits industry, from Moet Hennessy to Grey Goose
Yeah.
to, most recently with Ciroc and Puff. But since I left, Puff, to do my thing, to find my, what I'm saying, niche
Nothing wrong with that, my brother.
in the
Nothing wrong with that.
owner's box,
Mhm.
and this is my first venture. So we have that. I'm executive producing my first movie with Will Packer called Fight Night. It's the story, 1971. The backdrop was the 1971 fight with Ali and Corey. After he
Yeah.
came off the draft
Uh-huh.
dodging thing. It's the biggest heist in Georgia history. So Sidney Poitier did Uptown Saturday Night back in the day. That was loosely based off of this story. So a lot of great things, man. I'm about to launch a marketing company. I'm actually about to partner in a marketing company. We're calling it Zoom 43. So that's actually the first time I'm ever mentioning that. So that's coming up in the next 60 days. But God is good, man. Family's
All the
healthy.
time. All the
Yes,
time.
sir.
All
Yes,
the
sir.
time. Hey, that's my man Kenny Burns. So everything you got going, I'm backing it 1,000%. If you need me to tweet, I definitely want to taste that whiskey, no doubt about it.
Yes,
Because
actually text me the address. You have a case
already,
sent
man,
ASAP.
already know it. Now, baby, and I thank you so much for joining me on Route 99. You are free to go.
Love you like cook food, champ.
All right.
Whoa.